Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I have to apologize for my pretty much constant absence during the month of October. This month was just really crazy for me. October in general is a crazy month for me. I've mentioned before here on my channel that I do professional photography, and this is the one month of the year that I just am kind of swamped. And at the beginning of the month, I actually had started doing some pre-filming because I had a trip coming up in mid-October. But right before that trip, we had a bit of a medical scare with my baby girl. She ended up in the hospital with RSV type symptoms for about 4 days. She's doing absolutely fine, which of course, that's really all that matters. But needless to say, that kind of put a wrench in my plans to have some videos for you guys. But I am so excited to be back here with you guys, and I thought what better way to kick things off than with a favorites video. Now, I don't always do monthly favorites videos here on my channel because I find that I'm not trying as much new makeup as I feel like a lot of people seem to be trying, and sometimes I'm pretty much using the same things from month to month, but this month is definitely different. I have a lot of new things I've discovered and have tried, but I'm just so excited to share these things with you guys. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Guys, this mascara has absolutely blown my mind this month. Now, I want to start off by saying this. I have always been a drugstore mascara girl. Mascara is one of those products that for me is like strictly functional, and because I have relatively good eyelashes just to begin with, so I don't feel like I need as much, or maybe I'm as picky about mascaras as maybe other people are. And to be perfectly honest, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on a makeup product, I want it to be something that kind of inspires me or excites me. And mascara is one of those products that's completely just like functional for me. I just don't really get excited about a mascara. But guys, this mascara has totally excited me this month, and it's actually kind of opened up my eyes and made me wonder, like, maybe I have been missing something all these years, because what this does for my lashes is unlike any other mascara I have ever tried, and I've probably tried every mascara from the drugstore. This came in my BoxyCharm in the month of October. I have heard a lot of people talk about this over the years, but again, I just have not wanted to invest my own money into trying it. But this is really, really amazing. This gives the most incredible volume, length, and very, very rich inky darkness, which again, I didn't know that I was missing. What this does for my lashes actually reminds me a little bit of my Essence Volume Stylist Mascara, which is probably one of my very favorite drugstore mascaras of all time. But that mascara is definitely a little bit more finicky. It's a little bit dry of a formula, and it can get a little bit clumpy, so I have to be very careful. It takes some time and some patience to get that mascara to do what it really can do. This mascara, I feel like, is similar to that in what it does for my lashes. It gives them incredible length, incredible volume, but it's even darker and inkier and richer looking, and it's much more easy to work with. It doesn't clump as easily as the Essence one does, and it's just so easy to put on. It just does amazing things for my lashes. I've been using this almost constantly over the last like 3 or 4 weeks. I just absolutely love it. I do have this on today. I don't know how well you can tell in the camera like how amazing my lashes are looking today, but I can't say enough good things. I don't know how many more ways to say this is just an incredible mascara. If you are someone that is willing to invest a little bit more into a higher end mascara, I would definitely recommend checking this one out, because I think it's amazing. It really is amazing. The next thing I have to share with you guys is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. I know a lot of people have been talking about this concealer, and I confess that I kind of bought into the hype of this because I was in the market for a new concealer. Quite a few of mine are kind of running out, and so I've been looking to try out something new. So one of the main reasons that I decided to try this one out was, one, a lot of people have been talking very highly about this. They've been talking about this being like a more hydrating version of Tarte Shape Tape, which I've always had issues with Tarte Shape Tape being too dry, especially for my under eye area. So that totally caught my interest. But I think the main reason that I'm so excited about this concealer is, one, it works really well for me. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking about it if it didn't. But this is such a good value for the money. This container has a half a fluid ounce inside of it. If you compare that to pretty much any other concealer out there, most concealers have about 0.2 ounces inside like a standard concealer tube or wand. That's more than double what those include, and I think I actually read somewhere on someone's blog where they compared the price per ounce of a lot of different concealers, drugstore concealers, compared to this one, and this one actually won out most of those concealers. So that was the main thing that sold me on this, and it really is just a good concealer. It really is really hydrating. It's kind of perfect for everything. I feel like with concealers, there's some that I prefer for my under eye, and then there's some that I prefer for like blemishes. There's others that I prefer for hyperpigmentation or around my mouth. This concealer I feel like is good for everything. I really can use this pretty much anywhere on my face. I have mine in the shade Vanilla. I definitely would like to pick up the lighter shade to this one because this one works for my under eye, but I don't feel like it's as brightening as it could be on my under eye area. But as far as formula goes and value for the money, this is definitely one worth looking at, especially if you have dry skin and you find a lot of concealers to be like a struggle on your dry skin. The next thing I want to share with you guys is a highlighter. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the color Molten Rose Gold. Now I've heard a lot of people talking about these highlighters for a while. These have been out for a while now. But what I noticed is whenever someone speaks very highly of this highlighter, it's usually this specific color. So I did recently decide to pick this color up, and you guys, this is such a good highlighter. If you are someone that is very picky about your highlighters, if you have texture around your like under eye area and you find a lot of highlighters to emphasize that texture, I definitely am one of those people. I find a lot of highlighters that other people seem to love often don't work for me, but this one works really, really well. It's definitely an intense highlighter. It's much more intense than, say, like my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, which is a much more like buildable kind of highlight. This one really is pretty intense right out of the gate, but I absolutely love this. It works so good for my skin tone. I love the finish of it. It doesn't emphasize texture. It just really blends into the skin really beautifully. I have it on today. So I actually also use this on my friend's daughter. I did her high school senior pictures and I did her makeup as well. And I tried out this highlighter. It was brand new to me then, and we used this one and I could not stop looking at her skin like all night long. I was just like, that looks so amazing on you. It really blew my mind, and I've been using it every day since and absolutely loving it. So I definitely recommend checking this one out. I can't speak for the other colors in the range because I have not tried them, but this color specifically, I think the formula of this is really fantastic and just looks so, so beautiful on the skin. So let's move on to a bronzer. I recently picked up the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This stuff is amazing, you guys. I have to say, I am like quickly becoming a major fan of the brand Essence. I've definitely been loving a lot of things from them for a while, but I've noticed lately as I've kind of like accumulated more and more of their products, there are so many things of theirs that I absolutely love. And I think there's only been like 1 or 2 products of theirs over the last couple of years possibly that I have not loved. And we all know that Essence is one of those brands that is just super affordable. This bronzer in particular, I absolutely love it. So I have the bronzer in the color 01 Natural, and I definitely feel like this is a bronzer for someone that's light to fair skin toned. It's definitely a little bit lighter than some of my bronzers that I typically reach for, but I feel like it's just that perfect color. It's warm without being too warm. I really don't know how to explain what this looks like on the skin. I'm wearing it today. I just feel like it's so beautiful. The formula of this is really beautiful. It blends perfectly into the skin. It doesn't just sit on top of your skin. It really kind of looks very natural, which I kind of find to be tricky with a lot of bronzers. I just really have been enjoying this. It smells amazing. It smells like a coconut hair product, honestly. It just smells really good. I absolutely love this. I think it's like $4.99 from the drugstore. I think I got this at Ulta. I definitely recommend checking this out if you're in the market for a bronzer and you like one that is warm but not orange, because I feel like that's what this is. Okay, I want to give one more quick shout out. So this was in last month's favorites, but I've been loving it so much and using it so much that I wanted to mention it again. I'm not going to talk in too much detail about this. It's the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I just love this stuff, you guys. I mean, I feel like the color is so perfect for me. I have it in the color Nude L3. I love the formula of this. I just feel like if you have dry skin and you like a light to medium coverage, just like dewy look on your skin, this is the perfect foundation for that. I love the drugstore price on this. It performs like some of my dewier high-end foundations that I really love. I can't stop reaching for this, so I definitely wanted to mention it again, even though we've talked about it before and you probably will see it again in the future. So the next thing I have is something that is relatively new to me. Now, I recently was out doing pictures in the state of Virginia. I travel back there every year. That's where I opened my photography business, and I travel back there every October for a week to take pictures of the clients that I've worked with over the years. So I was back there a few weeks ago, and while I was there, I happened to go into an Ulta store, which, by the way, made my Ulta look pathetic. They had so much makeup at this Ulta store. Like everything that I have heard people say, like Ulta's coming out with such and such, they actually had at this Ulta. I haven't found that to be true with the few Ultas that I have relatively close to me. as of yet. But let's not rant about that. One of the displays that they had in there that I was so excited to see was Juvia's Place. Now, I have been eyeing Juvia's Place eyeshadows for a long time. I've actually had different items in my cart on their website a few times over the last probably year and a half or so. But for whatever reason, I just have never like committed to order something. And I think part of it is that ordering something online that I've never swatched before kind of intimidates me a little bit. But not only that, I just feel like they have so many palettes and they're all so different and unique that I just have a hard time deciding which one to get. So I spent a good 30 to 40 minutes in front of this Juvia's Place display swatching and then wiping and then swatching again and comparing all the different palettes that they have. The one I ended up going with is the Nubian 2. Let me show you guys. Probably want to see what it looks like. This is what it looks like inside. I loved this one because I felt like it was the perfect mix of neutrals and shimmers and also a couple of colors that I realistically think that I would regularly wear. I'm not going to say I would regularly wear this blue, but I think I would like to try it. Like, I love the idea of trying something that bold. And everything else in here is stuff that I would wear every single day. And I have to say, you guys, I mean, look at this. Oh my gosh. These eyeshadows are amazing. I mean, I just think the pigmentation on these, the price on these, I think this palette was $20. You get these massive pans of eyeshadow in here, and they are just the most beautiful formula possibly I have ever tried. These are the type of eyeshadows that are just really, really easy to use. So if you're someone that's maybe just starting out in makeup, you're a relatively new beginner and you don't want to work with something that's overly pigmented and a little bit trickier, going to give you too much fallout, I feel like these are the perfect shadows for someone like that. Even if you are experienced, who doesn't love an easy eyeshadow to work with? I mean, I love when I can dip into an eyeshadow palette and create just a simple, beautiful, everyday kind of makeup look like what I'm wearing today, which is this palette, by the way, in like 2 minutes. I love when it can be that easy. I'm usually in a hurry, and so I really appreciate a palette that's just really easy to use, and I feel like this is just that palette. I've just been really loving this. So I know this look is pretty neutral today. I basically just went into this color right here, which is called Madagascar. It's kind of like it's almost like a mustardy medium brown. So I put that into my crease, and then I popped this gold, this kind of yellowy gold down here just in the center of the lid. And then I took this color right here, this kind of champagne color, which is one of the most beautiful like inner lid, inner corner colors and formulas I have ever used in my life, which seems crazy because every palette has a champagne color in it, but there's something special about this one that I just absolutely love. Super brightening. It blends really beautifully into other colors that you use it to. So if you're one that's maybe a little bit scared to put a dark or vivid color all over your eye, this is one that you can kind of blend into that color to kind of create a bit of a gradient, and it just works perfectly for that. The mattes in here are beautiful. I have this color on my lower lash line. I just can't say enough good things about this palette. I honestly want to go back and pick up 5 more eyeshadows, but we all know that I do not need more eyeshadows in my collection. You guys, I have a problem, and I need to take a break, and I need to like calm down a little bit when it comes to eyeshadows because they get me every time. But regardless, I love this palette. I think it's so worth it. If you are looking for a really good quality eyeshadow palette, definitely check out Juvia's Place in general. I think you would not be disappointed. Moving on to a lipstick. Now this one I also picked up while I was out in Virginia. I tend to do a lot of shopping while I'm out in Virginia, and my kids aren't with me because when else do I get to go shopping without kids other than when I'm away from my kids for a week? But this same Ulta that I've been raving about had a huge MAC display in there, but I ended up picking up one more lipstick from them. This one is in the color Blankety. I know this lipstick color has been around for ages and people have been talking about it for ages and raving about it for ages. This is the first time I had tried it, and I have absolutely been loving it. I'm wearing it on my lips today. I feel like this is the type of color that is the most perfect nude. If you like a light nude that's not overly light and gonna wash you out, this is like just below that level of like washing you out. So it's kind of like right under here where it gives you that just like kind of, it reminds me of like a J-Lo kind of smoky eye lip. I don't know, does that make sense to anyone else? It's just that perfect nude that looks so beautiful with any eye look. You can wear it with a neutral eye look. It looks perfect with any sort of like deeper, more intense kind of smoky eye look. I just absolutely love this. I think this might be my new favorite like everyday MAC lipstick. I have a couple other MAC lipsticks that are kind of like my holy grails. This might actually take over those ones. I just absolutely love this. I think the formula is great. This is one of their amplified lipsticks, and I just love how these feel on the lips. They're so comfortable. I just absolutely love this lipstick. I've been reaching for it almost every day for the last couple of weeks. Alright guys, and that is it for my monthly favorites video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know what products you've been really loving this month. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So I should be posting this video on Halloween, so I hope that you guys have a fantastic Halloween and are excited about November. I can't wait to share with you guys a couple videos I have coming up. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. Please be sure to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!